Hey folks, it's time for yet another custom lesson. This one has been requested by Ryu Hayabusa, and as you can see, I'm cosplaying, or I guess transformed into the Dragon Ninja. This time I made sure that was a thing. The custom lesson request is as follows. Switchglaive and dual katana with the cores Kasha, Nightmare Bringer, Tate, Eboshi. Spirits will be Mizuchi, and then anything else against Purple Suiki or Tate Eboshi. So fighting Purple Suiki is pretty tough because I have to find it in the depths, and so I actually decided to go with the Purple Tate Eboshi once again. But let's get on to just the gear setup real quick. So standard stuff, this time I am using Demon Horde Dual Katana, as you can see here, and Demon Horde Switchglaive. Again, this is just for Imbue Corruption, the Anima bonus, grapple more than anything, and then I like to have Life Drain active skill, and that's pretty much it. But this is not a requirement if you have good soul cores, good stats, but I just didn't want to farm for them, and that's kind of the whole point with most of my setups, is it's just that I don't want to farm and I just want to plug and play. But let's get onto the soul cores and the decisions I made on this. So first, I went with Sohaya as opposed to Mizuchi. So with Sohaya, the reason I picked this was there were a few reasons for this, but one, given that I have to use Nightmare Bringer, Kasha, and then Tate Eboshi, I need a lot of attunement, all right, like a ton. And so I thought I could use Ho-Oh again, but I've used Ho-Oh a bunch, and I figured I haven't used Sohaya in some time. So yeah, I'll just use Sohaya. But there are some good passives on it which are very valuable. Nullifying Confusion is amazing. It makes a big difference. Basically, you don't have to worry about taking 50% extra damage when you get confused, and that's very nice. Then of course, since I'm going to be fighting yokai for the most part, I figured, hey, why not get counter yokai tactics? That's always handy. And then not to mention, the key consumption yokai shift when you pair a brute and a feral spirit together is really valuable, so you can stay in yokai shift more often. But let's get onto the soul cores. With Kasha, absolutely without a doubt, get it to rank 30. There's no question in my mind this is the number one core you want to get to 30, simply because of the life drain yokai ability hit. I happen to get what I consider really good rolls on the soul core, but they're not that necessary. This is just pure luxury. This is the most important, and everybody can obtain it. Next, one of the soul cores I decided to bring back was Flying Bolt. So you'll see when I go through the entire package that I really wanted a ranged soul core that was fairly quick, and I figured Flying Bolt would work pretty well. There were definitely other options, but I wanted something that could slow targets down and really emphasize the range capacity of this setup. So I went with Flying Bolt, and you can feel free to substitute this with whatever you like, but I think this works really handily in the moments in which you just can't get too close to your target. Being able to slow your targets down with Flying Bolt is awesome. As you can see, I didn't bother ranking it up. I would recommend that you do, simply because range weapon hit anima bonus is pretty nice to get at max rank. Yokai ability Key Pulse is the only other thing I cared about. And I guess, forgot to mention, reducing your enemy's movement, having a greater chance to do so is always welcome. So yeah, definitely really awesome. Last but not least, we have Nightmare Bringer. I am using corrupted weapons, and you may think this is kind of weird. We have Nightmare Bringer on a Purity Spirit with corrupted weapons, right? Still, boost this up to rank 30 if you can. Just, there is no downside to boosting these whatsoever. These are great stats to have. And yeah, other than that, I don't care too much about this. But I'll explain why I decided to put Nightmare Bringer, which gives a lot of corrupted weapon support, on Sohaya of all things. It has mostly to do with Yokai Shift, and some of you who've seen my custom lessons probably know where I'm going with it. But let's get on to Mizuchi. This was specifically requested, and I needed to incorporate Tate Eboshi, and so I have. You don't necessarily need to boost this up to rank 30. I just happen to get what I consider to be superb stats, so I did, but it's not urgent. The Amrita earned in Yokai Shift can help prolong it a little bit, but it's really not that necessary to boost that rank unless, like me, you're attached to the secondary special effects. Maelstrom Oni-bi, I picked this one deliberately. I was looking for water-based cores that would also fit given the attunement limit, and so I went with Oni-bi because we just need quick access to water. It's the quickest way to do it, low risk, just quick animation, so Oni-bi it was. I would recommend boosting this up as much as you can so that you can take advantage of the anima bonus, but other than that, the stats aren't too important. Last but not least, I brought Yoki. So I wanted something that was a bit more damage heavy with stagger, and I know Ippon is always the most popular thing, but fact of the matter is, if you look at all of our soul cores, we have an 8 cost, we have a 10 cost and a 7 cost, so I didn't want to go too high on the cost, So I decided, okay, what's good for stagger that I find to be very powerful? Yoki. Yoki is fantastic for that. And the anima bonus, Amrita absorption, helps considering we're going to be taking advantage of that on Mizuchi anyway. So I wanted to have multiple benefits. So Yoki is awesome. Definitely get it up to rank 30. So this may be a little expensive on the Soul Core route, but you'll just see how all the power comes into play. So let's just get into Yokai Shift and just show you what all the stuff is about, starting with Sohaya, because Sohaya is ridiculous. Alright, so let's deplete some ki. It always takes me a little bit. Fine, we'll just use Flying Bolt. More Flying Bolt. Okay, here we go. So, what am I gonna do? Quad Elemental Confusion. Yeah, it can be ridiculous. And also, there are some other things you may not have noticed, so let me do that again. Pretty neat. Let's do it again. Look at all of that. Look at that Quad Elemental Confusion. It's just silly. It's so powerful. But okay, let me show you like the super crazy damage everything dies play, okay? It's simple enough. Alright? Start with this. You can use Nightmare Bringer if you have enough anima charge. You can just throw out Kasha and kill the thing. Oh, it's dead. Let me try that one more time. That didn't work exactly the way I was hoping. Assuming they're close enough. Alright. You can throw out Kasha and oh my god. They're dead. And if you want to layer in Flying Bolt, by all means do it. It's a good way to quickly engage from range. So you can throw out Flying Bolt. The Amrita will allow you to charge. It's pretty dumb. Charge in. Throw out Kasha. Yeah, it's ridiculous how much power is in that setup alone. But what about Brute? Brute is kind of fun. Brute is pretty fun too. It's very powerful. So let's start with Mizuchi into Yoki. Ooh, pretty devastating. And then Tate Eboshi. Oh, beautiful. It's just brutal. So Sohaya is just like, let's just screw everything up. And then Mizuchi, you kind of have to plan a little bit around, but it can be absolutely exquisite. Come on. Try it again, try it again, try it again. What you got? What you got? So yeah, it's pretty fun. It's very powerful Yokai Shift. Let me show it one last time with Brute setup, and then I'll incorporate some weapon-based play. No, if you can open on Tate Eboshi, great, but sometimes it may not be possible. Look at that, man. That's just freaking carnage, dude. I gotta show it one more time. One last time. Let's go. Dude, isn't that just devastating? Oh, come on. So much for the devastation. Oh well. Get at range, throw out that, and then, oh, boom. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. So you'll have a lot of fun really tinkering with this. So definitely play to its strengths. These are huge power plays. I mean, I had to take advantage of using Nightmare Bringer, Kasha, and Tate Eboshi all at the same time. So it's pretty crazy when it works, and it's awesome. So let's just show you some weapon-based routines that you can do to take advantage of this whole setup. Just things that you may want to try. Surprised that didn't slow, which is why having rank 30 moving slow is so good. Oh, it's pretty nice. You have corrupted weapons or purity weapons or whatever, but you always have access to water, and it feels extra exquisite. How's it going, dude? Is this gonna miss? Yeah, it's gonna miss. That's the unfortunate thing about Tate is that you kind of have to be a little intelligent with it. Or you could just Nightmare Bringer and watch this thing die. Okay, what are some other things you can do? Ooh, very nice. Oh, I wasn't expecting that. Alright, let's try some other things. Yeah, it's pretty murderous. But yeah, you're gonna be spending a lot of anima in general, which is why I have the Demon Horde weapons, and why I try to make sure to have lower cost cores, because I didn't want you to have to worry too much about that cost, you know? Because things costing too much is definitely a problem. But if that isn't really a concern, everything will just die. And it feels great, as it should. Alright, let's see what other things I can come up with real quick. Dare you. Alright, let's do Nightmare Bringer, and let's spin with this stuff. Cool, huh? Maybe a few more things, then we'll call it here before I get to the showcase. Could always just throw out Kasha. Combo with Kasha always feels nice. Oh, target died before I could even play around. So yeah, while you got power plays, it's kind of fun to just throw out Yoki from time to time. And what do we got? Oh! What's up? Nope. Nope. Oh, oh man, Tate Eboshi is so fun. Alright, maybe a few other things, and let's call it here. Okay, let's go. Divine Retribution. Oh, no, that missed! Try it again. Okay, you did try it again, so thank you. Oh, that was really bad. Okay, that was terrible. That was terrible. Let's try it again. That ain't too bad. If you have Water Sword, it can also be kind of fun to throw it in there. I don't use Water Sword that often, but it can be pretty cool. Alright, let me do one more thing with Divine Retribution. What you... Okay. Yeah, that's a little risky. I wouldn't recommend doing Flying Bolt like I did there. But I guess you probably won't feel bad using Kasha. Okay, come on. One more cool Divine Retribution thing, and then I'm good. Oh, ow. Ooh, look at that. Look at that too, I guess. Screw it, Yokai Shift, man. I've had enough. It's time for this guy to retire. Well, it kind of worked. Let's go. I'm gonna go bully human. I think I'm in the mood for that. Come here. Come here, buddy. Let's be friends. Aw, fine. Fine. Fine, I see how it is. Eat it, dude. Oh, are you kidding me? Well, you died anyway. Fine. Sohaya time. You're gonna get bullied. It's time for the bullying to occur. Enjoy. Enjoy. Alright. I'm gonna go. I'll see you later, man. Alright. So yeah, hopefully that showcase entices you to try this out. And of course, I'll let the gameplay showcase speak for itself. In any case, I will see you guys soon enough. Alright, scroll the damn time. So, I'm sure you've seen this one before. It involves a purple Tate Eboshi at the end. There's going to be Ongyoki, there's going to be a Kinki, a bunch of little ads here and there. I have done this one before, but again, it was requested, so I gotta go with it. In any case, let's use a couple of things, set up a fully charged Raijin. Oni-bi is able to help interrupt the Ongyoki a little bit, but yeah, Oni-bis are pretty tricky, and so using soul cores like Flying Bolt can be pretty valuable. But we do have a lot of other tools to take advantage of in the event that we can't use the super expensive cores. And as a reminder, we've got 3 of them: Nightmare Bringer, Tate Eboshi, and Kasha. And Yoki isn't even that much cheaper either. It's You know, it's 6 anima, but it is really helpful, and I'm able to really just stay on Ongyoki's toes. Well, I guess it's cloak. I don't know what to call it. And nice, got a chicken bone. Excellent. So yeah, so far so good, but really Tate Eboshi is going to be the one you're going to worry about. So we've got these little lightning Oni-bis, and let's just take them out real quick. Arc of Chaos does the job. Thank goodness for the range play, which is always a lot of fun. And remember, it's a very useful tool to keep your opponents at range because you basically have 0 risk. Oh god, even with that, I whiffed that so badly. But that's okay. I've got a lot of pressure with the different elements against Kinki, and he is all but helpless. So yeah, not too bad so far. We've got these aberrant soldiers once again, so let's just kill them real quick. Tate Eboshi, I guess, just for fun, deal a great deal of damage. I mean, one button basically annihilated the entirety of that poor enemy, and we'll just do other things to deal with this guy this time. I think I'm probably just saving up my anima in anticipation of a Tate Eboshi fight. There you go, Flying Bolt being really valuable. And let's get some good old grapple business going. But we're getting pretty close now. Pretty close. Howdy Nobos! I guess I'll just Nightmare Bringer because I'm in the mood to throw out some good old tornadoes. I probably should have used Kasha, but I just couldn't help but using something a little different. And it's honestly not that big of a deal given that they're both dead. But now it's on to Tate Eboshi, and all things considered with this setup, I do find that she can be a bit of a punching bag. So I open up with Tate Eboshi, and against a purple one, that's a considerable amount of damage. Kasha, while all those projectiles are going, it looks like Kasha was able to break her horn, which did a ton of key damage, and then now I just need to be a little patient. The one thing with Tate Eboshi is to not overextend. She is overall very predictable and very controllable, provided you're paying attention to those mix-up, like that stomp, which she always does, and she always pretty much will catch the player off guard if they're not on the lookout for it. But once you realize that her mix-ups are pretty much set in stone, and oh my god, I almost died. But once you realize they're pretty much set in stone, it's actually pretty bearable to deal with this fight, at least in my opinion. Alright, I've got nice confusion on her. She is basically pointless at this moment in the fight. So let's go into Yokai Shift. I'm pretty sure that's what I'm about to do. Yep, here we go. So, yeah. Even a purple Tate Eboshi isn't immune to good old confusion. So now I'm using Sohaya. I don't think I've used the Garden Spirit yet. I'm probably going to do it into the Dark Realm. Right, perfect. And then throw out Kasha, and then do a bunch of damage, and then charge. Oh, I whiffed Yokai Shift a little bit. That's okay. Half health gone. I gotta be on the lookout for her crazy jump attack like that. That is the one thing you gotta be on the lookout for. Just assume that she's gonna do it every so often, you'll be okay. But here we go. Back to Tate. Confusion basically renders her helpless, and so now I'm trying to use a bit more moves as opposed to relying too much on my cores. But in all honesty, I've got 3 really powerful cores, so it's kind of going to be impossible for me not to really enact a bunch of power plays, which is a first world problem, right? It's a first world problem. I totally get it. All right, you're going to jump. Now you're going to awkwardly pause. All right, this one's always very telegraphed. Use that to set up a cool move right afterwards. And then be wary of that jump attack. But again, if you dodge it, look at all the free time I had. I was able to get a full Tate Eboshi entirely safely. So let's see what's next. Ooh, Yoki did a pretty good amount of damage for 6 anima. Alright, now I gotta be wary. Try to slow her down. The Flying Bolt didn't really work at that point. It's kind of hard to get that movement debuff on opponents from time to time. But alright, just be on the lookout. Just don't screw up. That's basically the only thing I need to be wary of. And that one crazy jump attack that she does. Alright, we got a stomp coming. I'm worried about the jump attack. Yep, it comes out pretty much right on cue. I'm a little worried about my health. Throw at Kasha. Kasha will do a ton of damage while it's out. Look, it even knocked her down. That was great. So I honestly didn't expect that to happen. So that's why I backed off. But oh well, no big deal. Let's go. Do more things. How are we gonna finish this? That's the ultimate question, isn't it? Oh, I was trying to get confusion. It wasn't working out. Look at that, I used Path of 3 here. The best ability in the game, right? Alright, so now it's just don't mess up, and then I'll be in good shape. I almost messed up, which isn't good. And then I threw out Kasha just to be safe, and what's coming up next? Arc of Chaos, and dead. Excellent. Very nice. In any case, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this was instructive and helpful, and I will see you guys next time.